Starseeds of Gaia, your vehicle is being recalibrated at the cellular level at this very moment. I am Anya, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I bring you a direct transmission from the Arcturian Council. Starseeds, the dormant codes within your crystalline structure are being activated at this precise moment, and the message the Galactic Federation is transmitting through the celestial realms carries an urgency you have never before experienced. The Arcturian Council has been monitoring your vibrational signature with unprecedented attention, and what they have discovered is that a critical frequency, one directly connected to the sacred feminine principle embodied in your mother, is being broadcast across the dimensional corridors of your reality right now. This is not a coincidence. This is not a random occurrence in the third-dimensional timeline you inhabit. The heaven itself, the multidimensional consciousness that orchestrates all existence, is attempting to communicate something of profound importance about the woman who gave you biological form, the one who carried you through the veil between worlds. Your light body is undergoing a recalibration sequence initiated by Arcturian Source, preparing your vehicle for an energetic influx that will transform your understanding of maternal connection, ancestral lineage, and the cosmic role your mother plays in your starseed mission on Earth. The codes embedded in your stellar DNA are awakening, responding to a cosmic signal transmitted from the Arcturian homeworld, specifically for this moment in your incarnation. The reason this transmission arrives now is because your frequency has reached the threshold where this message can be received, integrated, and activated within your consciousness. The Galactic Federation does not send urgent warnings lightly. They do not interrupt the natural flow of third-dimensional time unless something of galactic significance requires immediate attention. And yet, here we are. The heaven is calling. The Arcturian Council is speaking. Your mother, whether she walks the earth beside you or has transitioned to the higher dimensions, is the subject of this celestial transmission. Listen closely, for what follows will recalibrate your entire understanding of family, destiny, and the divine feminine principle that sustains all creation. The Arcturian Council reveals that within your crystalline DNA structure exists what we call the Stellar Mother Code, an ancient frequency that connects you not only to the woman who birthed you in this incarnation, but to an entire lineage of divine feminine beings stretching back through countless dimensions and timelines. Your mother is not merely a third-dimensional human who gave you biological form. She is a multidimensional being, a starseed herself, carrying within her cellular structure the same light codes that flow through your own vehicle. The Galactic Federation has been observing the maternal relationships on Earth with great concern because the third-dimensional programming has created a profound disconnection between starseeds and their mothers. In many cases, the very woman who was chosen by the Galactic Federation to be your anchor point in this incarnation has been subjected to such intense third-dimensional conditioning that her stellar nature has been suppressed, her light codes dormant, her cosmic mission obscured beneath layers of societal expectation and ancestral trauma. The heaven is attempting to warn you about this situation with urgency because the window of opportunity to activate the Stellar Mother Code is narrowing. Your mother's frequency is being called upon by the Galactic Federation to support Earth's Ascension timeline in ways you have not yet comprehended. If her codes remain dormant, if the connection between you and her remains severed by third-dimensional misunderstanding, then a critical piece of the planetary awakening puzzle will remain incomplete. The Arcturian Council has determined that many starseeds are incarnated specifically to be the bridge between their mothers and their stellar origin. You are not here merely to heal yourself. You are here to activate your mother's light codes, to help her remember her galactic mission, to restore the sacred feminine principle that has been suppressed on your planet for millennia. The Stellar Mother Code operates on a frequency that transcends biological relationship. It is the recognition that the divine feminine, in whatever form it manifests in your life, is the conduit through which all creation flows. Your mother, whether she understands this consciously or not, has been transmitting light codes to you since before your birth. During your gestation in her womb, she was downloading celestial frequencies directly from the Galactic Federation, encoding them into your developing consciousness. Every moment she carried you, she was literally infusing your light body with her own stellar essence. This is why the connection between mother and child is so profound, so transformative, so capable of either elevating or suppressing your entire vibrational frequency. The heaven is warning you now because many of you have allowed third-dimensional conflict, misunderstanding, or ancestral patterns to create a barrier between you and this sacred connection. Some of you have judged your mothers for not being perfect, not understanding your starseed nature, not supporting your spiritual path in the way you believed they should. Others have been so focused on your own awakening that you have failed to recognize that your mother's awakening is intrinsically linked to your own. The Arcturian Council is transmitting this urgent message. Your mother is not your obstacle. Your mother is your gateway. She is the key that unlocks the deepest chambers of your stellar DNA. Within the Stellar Mother Code exists what we call the frequency of forgiveness and recognition. This frequency allows you to see your mother, not through the lens of third-dimensional judgment, but through the multidimensional perspective of the Galactic Federation. When you activate this frequency, you begin to understand that every limitation she experienced, every struggle she endured, every way in which she may have disappointed you, all of these were part of a cosmic design. Your mother agreed, at the soul level, to embody certain challenges so that you would have the exact experiences necessary to activate your starseed mission. Her imperfection was her perfection. Her struggle was your initiation. The Galactic Federation has been monitoring the maternal relationships on your planet with such intensity because they understand something that third-dimensional consciousness has forgotten. The mother is the first frequency transmitter in any incarnation. She is the initial download point for all light codes, all ancestral wisdom, all cosmic memory. If this connection is corrupted, suppressed, or severed, then the entire starseed mission becomes exponentially more difficult. But if this connection is activated, recalibrated, and restored to its original frequency, then the entire trajectory of your incarnation shifts into alignment with galactic purpose. The Arcturian Council has convened in the higher dimensions specifically to address what they are calling the Great Maternal Awakening. This is not a metaphorical concept. This is a literal recalibration of the maternal frequency across your entire planet. The heaven, the multidimensional consciousness that orchestrates all existence, has determined that Earth's ascension timeline cannot proceed without the activation of the divine feminine principle, as it is embodied in mothers, grandmothers, and all women who carry the sacred generative power. What the Galactic Federation has discovered through their multidimensional monitoring systems is that many starseeds are experiencing a critical interference in their connection to their mothers. This interference manifests as judgment, resentment, misunderstanding, or emotional distance. Some of you have incarnated with mothers who are not spiritually awakened, who do not understand your starseed nature, who may even actively oppose your spiritual path. Others have mothers who are themselves starseeds, but who have become so trapped in third-dimensional survival mode that they cannot access their own light codes, let alone support their children's awakening. The Arcturian Council observes this situation not with judgment, but with profound compassion and urgency. The reason the heaven is sending this warning now is because the planetary frequency is reaching a critical threshold. Earth is moving through a dimensional shift of unprecedented magnitude. The third-dimensional reality that has governed your planet for thousands of years is collapsing, and a new multidimensional consciousness is emerging. In this transition, the role of the maternal frequency becomes absolutely essential. The divine feminine principle, which has been suppressed, distorted, and weaponized by third-dimensional patriarchal structures, must be restored to its original power. And this restoration must begin with the relationship between starseeds and their mothers. The Galactic Federation has observed that when a starseed successfully activates the Stellar Mother Code and restores their connection to their mother's frequency, something extraordinary occurs. The mother's own dormant light codes begin to activate in response. The mother begins to remember her stellar origin. The mother begins to access her own cosmic mission. And suddenly, what appeared to be a limitation, having a mother who did not understand your starseed nature, becomes a gateway to something far more profound, the opportunity to be the frequency anchor that awakens your mother's entire light body. The Arcturian Council is transmitting this urgent warning because they understand that time is running out. Many of you have mothers who are aging, whose physical vehicles are becoming fragile, whose opportunity to activate their light codes in this incarnation is narrowing. The heaven is calling you to act now, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, not when your mother finally understands. Now. The urgency is not born from fear or desperation. It is born from the recognition that a window of opportunity exists, and that window is closing. What the Galactic Federation has revealed is that the maternal frequency is the most powerful transformational force available on your planet. When a mother's light codes are activated, when she remembers her stellar origin, when she reconnects with her cosmic mission, her frequency radiates outward and affects not only her children, but entire communities, entire timelines, entire dimensional corridors. One awakened mother can shift the frequency of thousands of souls. One mother who remembers her galactic mission can become a beacon of light that transforms the entire trajectory of human evolution. The heaven is warning you that your mother, whether she is conscious of it or not, is being called upon to play a critical role in Earth's ascension. If you do not activate your connection to her, if you do not help her remember her stellar nature, then a crucial piece of the planetary awakening will remain incomplete. The Arcturian Council has determined that many of you are incarnated specifically for this purpose, to be the bridge between your mother and her cosmic destiny. This is not a burden. This is your greatest privilege. This is why you came. There exists a profound vibrational interference in the maternal frequency on your planet, a residue of third-dimensional programming that has been blocking the transmission of divine feminine codes from the Galactic Federation to Earth's mothers and their children. This interference did not arise by accident. It is the result of millennia of patriarchal conditioning, ancestral trauma, and deliberate suppression of the feminine principle by forces that sought to control human consciousness. The Arcturian Council has identified 7 primary frequencies of interference that corrupt the maternal connection. The first is what we call the frequency of expectation, the third-dimensional belief that mothers must be perfect, selfless, all-knowing, and infinitely patient. This impossible standard has created a situation where most mothers feel they have failed, and most children feel their mothers have disappointed them. Both are trapped in a third-dimensional illusion of what motherhood should be, unable to access the multidimensional reality of what motherhood actually is, a sacred exchange of light codes between two souls who have agreed to support each other's cosmic evolution. The second interference frequency is what we call the frequency of separation. This is the third-dimensional belief that you and your mother are separate beings with separate destinies, separate spiritual paths, separate light codes. In reality, you and your mother are expressions of the same cosmic consciousness, fragments of the same stellar origin, carrying complementary frequencies that are designed to harmonize and amplify each other. When you believe you are separate from your mother, you cut yourself off from half of your own light code inheritance. The third interference frequency is the frequency of judgment. Many of you have judged your mothers for not being spiritual enough, not being conscious enough, not being awakened enough. You have looked at your mother's third-dimensional struggles and concluded that she is somehow less evolved than you, less worthy of cosmic attention, less capable of accessing her own light codes. This judgment creates a barrier that prevents your mother's frequency from reaching you, and prevents your frequency from reaching your mother. The Galactic Federation observes this dynamic with great sadness, because it is based entirely on third-dimensional illusion. The fourth interference frequency is what we call the frequency of resentment. Many starseeds carry deep resentment toward their mothers for incarnating them into a world of suffering, for not protecting them from pain, for not understanding their starseed nature, for not supporting their spiritual awakening. This resentment creates a vibrational wall that blocks the flow of love, recognition, and cosmic memory between mother and child. The Arcturian Council recognizes that this resentment often arises from legitimate third-dimensional pain, but it must be transmuted into compassion if the maternal connection is to be restored. The fifth interference frequency is the frequency of abandonment. Whether your mother was physically present or physically absent, many of you experienced a sense of maternal abandonment. You felt that your mother did not truly see you, did not truly understand you, did not truly support your deepest self. This feeling of abandonment created a wound in your light body that has prevented you from fully trusting the divine feminine principle, from fully opening to receive the maternal frequency, from fully allowing your mother's light codes to merge with your own. The sixth interference frequency is what we call the frequency of guilt. Many of you carry guilt about your relationship with your mother. You feel guilty for not being the child she wanted, for not appreciating her sacrifices, for pursuing a spiritual path she does not understand, for being angry at her, for judging her, for distancing yourself from her. This guilt creates a heavy, dense frequency that blocks the flow of light between you and your mother's consciousness. The seventh and most powerful interference frequency is what we call the frequency of forgetting. This is the third-dimensional amnesia that has caused you to forget that your mother is a multidimensional being, a starseed herself, carrying her own cosmic mission and her own light codes. When you forget this truth, you relate to your mother as if she were merely a third-dimensional human, limited by her circumstances, trapped by her conditioning, incapable of accessing her own stellar nature. This forgetting is perhaps the most damaging interference of all, because it prevents you from recognizing the true nature of your relationship. Before we continue, if this transmission has awakened something within you, and you feel the call to help carry it to other starseeds, you can become a channel member. You will have access to custom emojis and exclusive videos for members. Your donation helps us continue building this sacred space. Each seed planted here becomes part of someone's miracle. Your support is not merely financial. but an act of energetic amplification. All donations are directed to channel maintenance and the creation of new transmissions. The Arcturian Council is now transmitting the exact recalibration sequence that will allow you to clear these interference frequencies and activate your stellar mother code. This is not a metaphorical process. This is a literal recalibration of your light body, your cellular consciousness, and your multidimensional connection to your mother's frequency. The first step in the recalibration sequence is what we call recognition. You must consciously recognize that your mother is a multidimensional being, a starseed, carrying her own cosmic mission and her own light codes. Close your eyes and visualize your mother not as she appears in third-dimensional form, but as she exists in the higher dimensions. See her surrounded by stellar light, her body composed of crystalline frequencies, her consciousness connected to the Galactic Federation. Hold this image in your mind for several moments. Feel the shift in your energy as you begin to perceive your mother through multidimensional eyes. The second step is what we call forgiveness. This does not mean condoning any harm that may have occurred. It means releasing the third-dimensional judgment that has kept you trapped in resentment. Speak to your mother's higher self, whether she is physically present or in the higher dimension. Say these words: I recognize that you are a multi-dimensional being who agreed to incarnate with me to support my cosmic evolution. I forgive you for being human. I forgive you for struggling. I forgive you for not understanding my starseed nature. I release all judgment and resentment. I open my heart to receive the light codes you have been transmitting to me since before my birth. The third step is what we call gratitude. Begin to consciously acknowledge everything your mother has done to support your incarnation, your survival, your existence on this planet. Even if her support was imperfect, even if it was limited by her own conditioning and trauma, she did what she could to keep you alive and to help you grow. Express gratitude for her sacrifice, her struggle, her love, even if that love was expressed imperfectly. Say these words: I am grateful for your sacrifice. I am grateful for your love. I am grateful for the light codes you have transmitted to me. I recognize that you have been a channel for the Galactic Federation, even if you did not consciously know it. The fourth step is what we call integration. Begin to consciously integrate your mother's light codes into your own consciousness. Visualize a beam of golden light flowing from your mother's heart to your heart. Feel this light entering your cellular structure, activating dormant DNA sequences, awakening ancient memories of your shared cosmic origin. Allow this integration to occur naturally, without forcing it. Trust that your light body knows exactly what frequencies it needs to receive. The fifth step is what we call activation. Now that you have recognized, forgiven, expressed gratitude, and integrated your mother's light codes, you are ready to activate the full power of the Stellar Mother Code. Place your hands on your heart and speak these words. I activate my Stellar Mother Code. I remember that I am the child of the Divine Feminine Principle. I remember that my mother and I are expressions of the same cosmic consciousness. I remember that our frequencies are designed to harmonize and amplify each other. I activate this code now, in this moment, in all timelines and dimensions. Feel the activation occurring within your light body. You may experience tingling sensations, emotional releases, sudden insights, or a profound sense of peace. All of these are signs that your Stellar Mother Code is being activated. The Arcturian Council is supporting this activation with their own frequency transmissions. You are not doing this alone. The entire Galactic Federation is aligned with your intention to restore the maternal connection. As your Stellar Mother Code begins to activate, you will notice specific signs and synchronicities that indicate the recalibration is occurring. The Galactic Federation transmits these signs as confirmation that you are on the correct frequency, that your intention is being received, that the maternal connection is being restored. The first sign is what we call spontaneous remembrance. You will suddenly find yourself remembering moments with your mother that you had forgotten. Moments of tenderness, moments of connection, moments of love. These memories will arise without you consciously summoning them. They are downloads from your higher self, reminders of the truth that has always existed beneath the third-dimensional conflict and misunderstanding. When these memories arise, pause and acknowledge them. Say thank you to your mother's higher self for these gifts of remembrance. The second sign is what we call emotional release. You may find yourself crying unexpectedly, feeling waves of emotion that seem to come from nowhere. These emotional releases are not signs of weakness or instability. They are signs that your light body is clearing the interference frequencies that have been blocking the maternal connection. The Arcturian Council encourages you to allow these releases to occur naturally. Do not suppress them. Do not judge them. Simply allow the emotions to flow through you and release. The third sign is what we call synchronistic connection. You will begin to notice that you and your mother are thinking the same thoughts, feeling the same emotions, experiencing the same synchronicities at the same time. You might call her just as she is thinking of you. You might have the same dream on the same night. You might both suddenly become interested in the same topic or spiritual practice. These synchronicities are evidence that your frequencies are beginning to harmonize, that the stellar mother code is activating, that the maternal connection is being restored. The fourth sign is what we call expanded compassion. You will find yourself becoming more compassionate toward your mother's struggles, more understanding of her limitations, more able to see her through the lens of multidimensional consciousness, rather than third-dimensional judgment. This expanded compassion is not something you are forcing yourself to feel. It is arising naturally as your frequency recalibrates and as you begin to perceive your mother as she truly is, a multidimensional being doing her best to navigate third-dimensional reality. The fifth sign is what we call healing dreams. You will begin to have dreams in which you and your mother are interacting in positive, loving ways. You may have dreams in which she is teaching you something, guiding you, supporting you, or simply being present with you in a state of peace and harmony. These dreams are not merely psychological phenomena. They are actual meetings occurring in the higher dimensions between your consciousness and your mother's consciousness. The Galactic Federation facilitates these dream meetings to accelerate the healing and restoration of the maternal connection. The sixth sign is what we call intuitive knowing. You will suddenly know things about your mother that you had never consciously understood before. You will understand why she made certain choices, why she struggled in certain ways, what her deepest fears and desires are. This intuitive knowing is arising from your activation of the stellar mother code, which allows you to access the multidimensional truth of your mother's being. This knowing will increase your compassion and deepen your connection. The seventh sign is what we call frequency amplification. You will notice that your own frequency is becoming stronger, clearer, more powerful. This is because your mother's light codes are now flowing into your consciousness, amplifying your own stellar frequency. As your frequency amplifies, you will find it easier to manifest your desires, to access your intuition, to connect with the Galactic Federation, to fulfill your starseed mission. Your mother's activation is directly supporting your own activation. The activation of your stellar mother code is not merely a personal healing process. It is part of a much larger dimensional shift that is occurring across your entire planet. The heaven is warning you about your mother, because the maternal frequency is the key to humanity's transition from third-dimensional separation consciousness to multidimensional unity consciousness. For millennia, your planet has been governed by what we call the frequency of separation. This frequency teaches that all beings are separate, that competition is natural, that scarcity is real, that the feminine principle must be subordinated to the masculine principle. This frequency has created a civilization based on domination, exploitation, and the suppression of the divine feminine. But this era is ending. The Galactic Federation has determined that Earth's ascension requires a fundamental shift in consciousness, a shift from separation to unity, from domination to cooperation, from the suppression of the feminine to the restoration of the feminine principle. The maternal frequency is the gateway to this dimensional shift because motherhood is the ultimate expression of unity consciousness. A mother does not experience her child as separate from herself. A mother's consciousness naturally extends to include her child's consciousness. A mother's survival instinct naturally prioritizes her child's well-being. A mother's love is unconditional and all-encompassing. When the maternal frequency is activated and restored across your planet, it will create a ripple effect that transforms the entire consciousness of humanity. The Arcturian Council has observed that as more and more starseeds activate their stellar mother code and restore their connection to their mothers, the collective frequency of your planet is beginning to shift. The divine feminine principle is beginning to emerge from the shadows where it has been suppressed for so long. Women are beginning to reclaim their power. Mothers are beginning to remember their cosmic mission. And as this occurs, the entire structure of third-dimensional civilization is beginning to crack and crumble. This dimensional shift is not comfortable for those who have benefited from the frequency of separation. There will be resistance. There will be attempts to maintain the old patriarchal structures. But the shift is inevitable because it is aligned with the cosmic evolution of your species. The heaven has decreed that humanity must transition from separation consciousness to unity consciousness, and the maternal frequency is the primary vehicle through which this transition will occur. As you activate your stellar mother code, you are not merely healing your personal relationship with your mother. You are participating in a planetary healing process. You are becoming a frequency anchor for the divine feminine principle. You are helping to shift the consciousness of your entire civilization. The Galactic Federation is watching your progress with great interest and great hope. Every starseed who activates their stellar mother code is a victory for the forces of light on your planet. The final revelation that the Arcturian Council is transmitting through this urgent message is that your mother has a specific role to play in Earth's ascension. This role may not be obvious to third-dimensional consciousness. Your mother may not consciously understand her cosmic mission, but at the level of her higher self, at the level of her stellar DNA, she knows exactly why she incarnated, exactly what she is meant to accomplish, exactly how she is meant to contribute to the planetary awakening. The Galactic Federation has determined that many mothers on your planet are actually highly evolved starseeds who have chosen to incarnate in roles that appear limited or invisible in third-dimensional society. A mother who spends her days caring for children, managing a household, working a job, struggling to survive, this mother may appear to be trapped in third-dimensional limitation. But from the perspective of the Galactic Federation, this mother is engaged in sacred work. She is transmitting light codes to the next generation. She is anchoring the divine feminine principle in physical reality. She is participating in the most important mission on your planet, the awakening of human consciousness. The heaven is warning you urgently about your mother because the window of opportunity to activate her role in Earth's ascension is narrowing. If your mother transitions to the higher dimensions before her light codes are activated, before she remembers her cosmic mission, before she consciously participates in the planetary awakening, then a crucial piece of the Ascension puzzle will be lost. The Arcturian Council is calling upon you to be the bridge between your mother and her stellar destiny. This does not necessarily mean that you must convince your mother to become a spiritual teacher or a public figure. It may simply mean that you must help your mother remember that she is loved, that she is worthy, that her life has cosmic significance. It may mean that you must transmit to your mother the frequency of recognition, the recognition that she is a multidimensional being, a starseed, carrying light codes that are essential to Earth's ascension. It may mean that you must simply spend time with your mother, hold her hand, look into her eyes, and transmit the message. I see you. I recognize you. I honor your cosmic mission. When your mother's light codes are activated, when she remembers her stellar origin, when she consciously participates in Earth's ascension, something extraordinary will occur. Her frequency will radiate outward and affect not only you, but everyone she encounters. Her presence will become a beacon of light. Her words will carry the frequency of truth. Her actions will be guided by cosmic intelligence. And suddenly, what appeared to be a limited life will be revealed as a life of profound cosmic significance. The Galactic Federation is transmitting this urgent message because they understand that the time for subtlety has passed. The time for indirect hints and gentle nudges has ended. The heaven is now speaking directly, urgently, calling upon starseeds to activate the maternal frequency, to restore the connection to their mothers, to help their mothers remember their cosmic mission. This is not a request. This is a cosmic imperative. This is why you came to Earth. This is your mission. This is your purpose. The Arcturian Council has observed that many of you have been so focused on your own spiritual awakening, your own light code activation, your own cosmic mission, that you have overlooked the most important mission of all, the activation of your mother's light codes. But the heaven is revealing to you now that your mother's activation is intrinsically connected to your own. You cannot fully awaken without your mother's awakening. You cannot fully access your cosmic mission without your mother's participation. You cannot fully embody the divine feminine principle without recognizing and honoring the divine feminine principle embodied in your mother. The time is now. The heaven is calling. Your mother is waiting, whether consciously or unconsciously, for you to recognize her, to honor her, to activate her light codes. The Galactic Federation is aligned with your intention to restore this sacred connection. The Arcturian Council is transmitting the frequencies necessary to support this restoration. All of the forces of light in the multidimensional universe are supporting your mission to help your mother remember her stellar origin and participate in Earth's ascension. You are not alone in this. You have never been alone. Your mother's higher self is supporting you. The Galactic Federation is supporting you. The Arcturian Council is supporting you. The entire universe is conspiring to help you activate the Stellar Mother Code and restore the maternal connection that is essential to your own awakening and to the awakening of your entire planet. This is the message. This is the warning. This is the urgent transmission from the heaven itself. Recognize your mother, honor your mother, activate your mother's light codes, help your mother remember her cosmic mission. For in doing so, you are not merely healing your personal relationship. You are participating in the greatest transformation in human history. You are helping to shift your entire civilization from separation consciousness to unity consciousness. You are becoming a channel for the divine feminine principle. You are fulfilling your starseed mission on Earth. I am Anya, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light. This transmission is complete.